and I will be your next historical speaker. If everyone's ready, let's begin. On March 23rd, 1775, less than a month before the beginning of the Revolutionary War, Patrick Henry addressed the House of Burgesses in Richmond, Virginia. He gave a speech that has been popularly remembered as the "Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death" speech. In it, he implores his countrymen to declare war against the British. "Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death" by Patrick Henry. No man thinks more highly than I do of the patriotism as well as abilities of the very noble gentlemen who have just addressed the House. But different men often see the same subject in different lights. Therefore, I will speak forth my sentiments freely and without reserve. The question before the House is one of awful moment to this country. This is no time for ceremony. For my own part, I consider it nothing less than a question of freedom or slavery, and in proportion to magnitude ought to be the freedom of debate. It is only in this way that we can hope to arrive at truth and fulfill the great responsibility which we hold to God and our country. Should I keep back my opinions through fear of the offense, I should consider myself as guilty of treason towards my country in the act of disloyalty to His Majesty of Heaven, which I revere above all earthly kings. It is natural for man to indulge in the illusions of hope. We are apt to shut our eyes against the painful truth. Is this the part of wise men engaged in a great and ardent struggle for liberty? Are we disposed to be numbers of those who, having eyes, see not, and having ears, hear not the things which nearly concern their temporal salvation? For my own part, whatever anguish of spirit it may cost, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst, and to provide for it. I have but one lamp by which my feet are guided, and that is the lamp of experience. I know of no way of judging of the future but by the past, and judging by the past, I wish to know what there has been in conduct in the British ministry for the last 10 years to justify those hopes which the gentlemen have been so pleased to solace themselves and the House. Is it that insidious smile for which our petitions have been lately received? Trust it not, it will prove snare. Suffer not yourselves to be betrayed with a kiss. I ask, ask yourselves, is it that gracious reception for which our petitions have been lately received? Ask yourselves if it's that gracious reception of our petition that comports with these warlike preparations that cover our water and darken our lands. Our fleets and armies necessary to the work of love and reconciliation, have we shown ourselves so unwilling to be reconciled with that fleets and armies, that force must be called in to win back our love? Let us not deceive ourselves. These are implements of war and subjugation, the last argument to which kings resort. I ask, what means this martial array, if it be not to force us to submission? Can gentlemen assign any other possible motive for it? Has Great Britain any enemy in this quarter of the world to call for all this acclamation naives and armies? No, she has none. They are meant for us. They can be meant for no other. They are sent over to bide and ruin upon us those chains which the British ministry has been so long forging. And what have we to oppose them? Shall we try argument? We've been trying that for the last 10 years. Have we anything new to offer upon the subject? Nothing. We've held it up in every light of which it is capable of, but it has all been in vain. Shall we resort to entreaty and humble supplication? What terms shall we find that we have not already exhausted? Let us not deceive ourselves. We've done everything that could be done to avert the storm which is now coming on. We've petitioned, we've remonstrated, we've supplicated, we've prostrated ourselves before the throne, and implored its inner positions to arrest the tyrannical hands of the ministry and parliament. Our petitions have been slighted. Our remonstrations have produced additional violence and insult. Our supplications have been disregarded, and we've been spurned with contempt from the foot of the throne. In vain after these things may we indulge in the fond hope of peace and reconciliation. There is no longer any room for hope. If we wish to be free, if we mean to preserve inestimable privileges for which we've been so long engaged, if we wish to,
We wish to be free?
The one after that, please.
If we mean not basely.
If we mean not basely to abandon the thing which we have been so long contending, and which we have pledged ourselves never to abandon till the glorious object of our contest shall be obtained, we must fight and appeal to arms as the God of hosts is all that is left us. They tell us we are weak, unable to cope with such a formidable adversary. But when shall we be stronger? Will it be next week? Or next year? Will it be when we are totally disarmed, when a British guard shall be stationed in every house? Shall we gather strength by irresolution and inaction? Shall we gather effectual resistance by lying sublimely on our back and hugging the delusive phantom of hope until our enemies have bound us? We are not weak if we make proper use of those things which the God of nature hath placed in our powers. 3 millions of people armed in the holy cause of liberty, and that that country of which that we possess are invincible by any force that our enemy can send against us. Besides, we shall not fight our battles alone. There is a just God presiding over all the nations who will rise up for us to fight our battles for us. The battle is not to the strong alone, it is to the vigilant, the active, the brave. Besides, we have no election. If you are base enough to desire it, it is now too late to retire from the contest. There is no retreat, but in submission and slavery. Our chains are forged, their clanking may be heard from the plains of Boston. The war is inevitable, and let it come. It is in vain to insinuate the matter. Gentlemen may cry, peace, peace, but there is no peace. The war has actually begun. The next gale that sweeps from the north will bring to our ears the clash of resounding arms. Our brethren are already in the field. Why stand we here idle? What is it that gentlemen would wish? Is peace so sweet or life so dear as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death.